Hi everybody, it's Crypto Green here again, and I've got $1 million question right in front of me. Can investing in cryptos make me rich? First of all, I'll say I don't understand how you would define rich, but I'm assuming you imply would there be profit, would there be increase in whatever investment you put into it. But the extent of increase, I do not know and I can't define right now. Another thing I need you to understand is do not consider what you hear on this channel as professional financial advice because I'm neither licensed nor am I a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency developer to give any words of assurances around where and when to put your money into something. Okay, so let's see what I've got today. The question, can cryptos make me rich? It's a yes and no answer. Okay. I would give you my reasons for saying yes and reasons for saying no. Okay. And then we'll briefly discuss what you should be buying. I mean, there are over 700 cryptocurrencies out there. So if someone needs to buy, they need to also understand what they are buying into and what the likely returns would be. But I'll just give you my top 5 cryptocurrencies out there out of the 700 currently in existence, out of the over 700 rather. Okay. All right. So I said earlier it's a yes and no question, and I'll give you my reasons for yes by way of testimonies or by way of real people who have invested in cryptos and who have yielded, or who we can call rich to an extent. So let's say on the yes part, some names really help us out here. There's someone called Gerard. I'm told Gerard had 800 bitcoins, which he lost because he mistakenly fried his hard drive where he had the bitcoins. So he lost that 800, but it's got over 5,000. It's got 5,000 bitcoins, which he bought at 20 cents per bitcoin way back in the day. And investigation shows that he's currently worth over 30 million United States dollars in Bitcoin equivalent. Okay, so that's a really big question. And let's see, you've got someone else here as well. His name is Charlie Sherm, and he's worth over 45 million US dollars. That is really amazing. In the middle right here is an account I picked off the internet, and this account shows that it had over 111,000 Bitcoin. One thing about Bitcoins is that, or cryptocurrencies generally, is that it's an open secret. Your identity is protected, but the value of money you've got in your account or in a wallet is an open secret. So what I want you to do is go to this website. It's blockchain.info, and enter any wallet ID or any wallet address. So this is a Bitcoin account. Click enter, and you'll see what has happened in this account. So this account was worth, because it received a total of 285 million US dollars in this account. Scrolling down, you see all the transactions that have happened in this account. Whoa, and this is a huge transaction. This account sent this much to this account, and this much is 285 million. That is 111,000 bitcoins. So guys, you can see it. And then if you hover around, at the time this money was sent, it was what you see value at time of transaction. It's 71 million US dollars when it was transferred in 2014. So the date and time and everything here. If you want to still investigate, you just keep clicking on the address where the funds were sent to, and you follow the money trail. But that doesn't mean you find the identity of the person who owns the wallet. So that's just a little testimony to share. Okay, now let's go back to our presentation. In the same vein that you've seen some positive outcomes or testimonies about Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies generally, there are also things to consider or the downsides to it. And I'll just share a few of them. Firstly, before talking about whether you need to invest in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies or whatever, ask yourself a question. Why do you want to invest? Or what type of investor are you? Are you an investor that needs short-term turnaround? Or an investor that can hold on for a while, a long-term investor? So if you're a short-term investor, I mean, you want to put in $100 today and pull out $200 tomorrow morning. Well, if that's what you want, cryptocurrencies can give it to you, but there's no guarantee that you would even have $1 the next morning because the fluctuation goes up and down. So you can multiply by 100% in a day. You can multiply, or you can drop by over 100% in a day. Okay, so there you have it. Choose your investment style. One important thing is that for the next point here, we've got cap rules may change. What I'm trying to say there is that most cryptocurrencies have a fixed amount of coins or a fixed amount of that cryptocurrency that can actually be available to the market. So for Bitcoin, it's 21 million Bitcoins. So let's say the Bitcoin network decides tomorrow that they need to increase the size of or the amount of coin that can be available to the public, and they increase that from 21 to like 80 million. You know, there's a supply issue. So once the supply increases sporadically, it's likely that the price will drop. Okay, and that causes wild fluctuation. That will cause wild fluctuation. Although at the moment we still experience wild fluctuations because, for example, Ethereum traded at about $400 and gradually dropped to I think about $350 something before it crashed to to 10 cents in a flash crash that happened about I think a few weeks ago. Although that happened on a particular exchange, I think it's GDXA exchange, which is a subsidiary of Coinbase. So that happened. So you can imagine the panic that was sent out to investors. Okay. Another thing to consider is the rising transaction fees. It's been increasing over time for Bitcoin particularly. So do you want to be involved and such that you use part of your profit to pay transaction fees? If you want to do it, yeah, that's fine. Also, there could be an attack on the cryptocurrency network generally, or an attack on your personal account. So there's also some security concerns you need to consider before you invest into cryptocurrencies. At the moment, Bitcoin is really not regulated by government, but most governments have started adopting it or passing legislation that support the use of Bitcoin. But what if there's a massive crackdown on it and say, okay guys, we've had enough of this Bitcoin thing, let's call it quits, for example. That would send so much fear into the people, into the public, and you never can tell what will happen. Again, is the factor of competition. There are over 700 competing for market capitalization or competing for people to buy into that technology. Then again, it could affect what your investments look like, because what people do now is called dumping. So if cryptocurrency A is crashing, they sell off and then jump ship to cryptocurrency B. So those are concerns you also need to have in mind. All right. So lastly, let's just say, what should I even be buying in the first place? Yeah, over 400, 700, I told you, but what should you buy? I've got my top 5 picks on what I think you can be looking at. But one thing that is important is, what is your preference? What do you want to use it for? Is the price good for you? What are the prospects? What is the growth trajectory of the particular cryptocurrency you want to buy? What recent events can advise you to buy or can encourage you to buy? These are things we need to look at. Okay. Yeah, that's my top 5. So my first on the list is Ethereum. Ethereum is a very wonderful cryptocurrency, although the crash I explained earlier, the flash crash, happened on Ethereum, but on a single platform. So Ethereum is my number 1 pick. Litecoin is my number 2 pick because currently I think the market is shifting towards Litecoin because of the faster transaction speed and the cheaper transaction fees involved. Bitcoin, yes, is still the market leader, but for investment opportunities, I think Bitcoin may be gradually seeing its true potential. So we need to tap into other investment opportunities that are out there. So Bitcoin, yeah, my number 3, no problem. And then there's this interesting coin, not really talked about so much, but this is a variant of this. So this is Ethereum, and this is Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is also good. It offers some of the, it tries to close some of the pitfalls of Ethereum, and I think gradually, as the awareness increases, Ethereum will take a huge part of the market. Just as a quick, snap into why we've got 2, and you see the logos look so much alike, is that we had Ethereum at first as a currency, but then they had something called a hard fork. And a hard fork is when there's a breakup of a particular currency. To say, okay, guys, we've had it to this point. We're suffering because of this. Let's divide into 2 groups and continue our life separately. But then there are other factors and there are other technicalities involved in why Ethereum and Ethereum Classic had to split. Okay, and last on the list is Ripple. Ripple is an interbank settlement payment platform. Most banks are adopting it and it's huge. The market capitalization is wonderful. So we never can tell if it explodes in the next few months. But Ripple is something to really look out for, and I encourage you to do so. So guys, there you have it. My top 5 and my views around if cryptocurrency can make you rich. So I've just shared with you what I think. Now it's up to you to answer the question. Can cryptocurrency make you rich?